They're going to have a problem, Labour, whatever happens. There is no money. We all know there's no money. This is not like 97 when Tony Blair came sweeping in with a massive landslide win, but had a very strong economy and was able to hit the ground running and do what he wanted to do. Keir Starmer's not going to have that if he wins this election. There is no money.
There is quite a lot of money in this country.
Well, there is the way you want to raise it, which is to raise taxes on the rich.
There is plenty of money in the country. It's just a matter of whether you want to get some of it and distribute it more equitably.
You want to take it from the rich and give it to the poor. I get that. And I, by the way, full respect for that. But the reality is Keir Starmer will not say anything like that before the election. No. He doesn't want to scare the animals and the children. He wants to basically get over the line, get power. And I understand that and I respect it. As Tony Blair always said, that you can have all the fancy plans in the world. If you don't get power, it's pointless. So Keir Starmer wants and needs to win. But at the moment, I'm looking at him thinking, I don't see any great ideology to drag this country out of the doldrums. And I'm not sure voters who watch that debate will think that either. He looked a little bit shifty and evasive to me.
Did he?
I don't think he's shifty and evasive. I think he is what he presents, that he's careful. And that may win in the election, but it may not endear him to the country as we go forward. There have been some very vanilla politicians in the past who've been successful. Clement Attlee wasn't a great speaker. He wasn't a radical, but he was bold, strangely. He was a moderate, bold person. And you can win an election like that. You can say, look, you can trust me, but I've got to do some of these things to change the country round. If we want to rebuild our infrastructure, our care service, NHS, everyone knows it costs money, and people are prepared to pay for it if you deliver a better system. And I think they should have gone with that message. Unfortunately, they haven't, so they're going to take government without a particularly strong message about anything,
and I think
which is one of the problems.
They both recognise that, you know, this isn't 1997. You can't say we're not going to raise taxes, but we are going to improve public services, or it's much more difficult to do that. That is, in fact, what Labour did in 1997. They said, we won't increase taxes, but we will increase public services. They were able to do that because that was an era of quite high economic growth. The global conditions were positive. Now we are in an era of very low economic growth, and so promising to increase public or improve public services without raising taxes is much more difficult.